Hello and welcome to Casual Buddhism. I'm your host, Cindy Rasicot, and I'm joined here tonight with Venerable Dhammananda Pikani, who is Thailand's first fully ordained Theravada nun. And tonight, usually we have a guest. Tonight, I will be both the host and the guest. And so I'm going to ask Venerable a question. It's fairly straightforward. I've known you for a long time, and so I've heard your story about how in 1999 you wanted to do 1999 you wanted to do something auspicious with your life, and so you went to Taiwan to take the Bodhisattva precepts for lay people.
Yeah.
I know this was very important to you, and yet it was so much a part of the Mahayana tradition. And I'm wondering, at that time, were you seriously considering ordaining in the Mahayana tradition?
That is a good question. You know, my mother was ordained in Taiwan, from Taiwan. So therefore, the Vinaya belonged to Dharmagupta, which is not Theravada. So in her time, there was no ordination in Theravada, you know. So yes, I was considering ordination, but as ordination, news about Theravada ordination was not out in public. You know, they were kind of circled among those who actually witnessed the ceremony. It was not out in the media, you know, in the present language you would call in the media. So it took me a long while. In the year 2000, 1999 maybe I was considering, but the year 2000 was the one that I decided to go to Taiwan to receive Bodhisattva's vow. I did not know that there are many sets of Bodhisattva's vow. That is, for me, it is a commitment. It is a step of commitment towards ordained life, whether to be ordained in Theravada tradition or Mahayana tradition. This Bodhisattva's life, Bodhisattva's commitment, I knew only one set of rules, which is 58. And that was what my mother took when she went for ordination. So I was planning to take that set of 58 Bodhisattva's rules. But then when I was in Phu Quang San, they gave 34, a set of 34, which is for lay people. I didn't realize, you know, that they make differentiation between monastics and lay people. Of course, the time that when my mother took the Bodhisattva's precept, she was ordained. So definitely she was giving a set of Bodhisattva's precepts for ordained. But for me, I was not ordained yet. So therefore, they gave me another set of 34. But I went with an intention to receive that only one set that I knew. That was what my mother took. And I studied that before, you know. So officially, I took the set of Bodhisattva's vow for lay people, but I intended to take the set of monastic, the set of Bodhisattva's precepts for monastics. So I did not want to disappoint myself. I also, personally, I made commitment to also the bigger set for monastics, which I myself was ordained the next year, you know, so that was a good preparation. Now, this taking Bodhisattva's precepts, and you ask whether it is Mahayana, it may be practice that is done in Mahayana Buddhism, but it is also within Theravada. You remember the Buddha, you know, his previous life, his previous birth, we studied that he was Bodhisattva. Yes? The Buddha himself was a Bodhisattva before he actually became the Buddha in his final birth. So therefore, we cannot say that taking Bodhisattva's vows make you Mahayana, because I'm just following the footstep of the Buddha, stepping step by step, you know, as Bodhisattva. Commitment of Bodhisattva is very good commitment for yourself and for others. And when the Buddha gave instruction to the very first batch of enlightened monks, 60 of them, you know, when they went out, the Buddha sent them out to spread the words, so to say. he instructed them to be beneficial to yourself and to others. Commitment to Bodhisattva's precept is that. That is to benefit yourself, to practice in your part. At the same time, you also care to share your knowledge, to share whatever you know with others for the benefit of others. So I do not feel that by taking Bodhisattva's precepts, Bodhisattva's vows from Fo Guang San would make me Mahayana. I think it confirmed me as a Buddhist.
Yes, I really appreciate you clarifying that because, well, one thing that's kind of interesting about it is, and I think maybe this is true of you, you've always been interested in exploring other traditions. So your mind is very open to be inclusive is what I would say. And it's just very helpful for me to hear the expanded version of how all of this fits within the umbrella of Buddhism.
Yeah, while talking to you in this particular case, I share with you another story of this interfaith. Sister John Manansan, she belonged to Catholic nun in the Philippines. In her place, when I visited her nunnery, she has a zendo. She has a place for meditation according to Mahayana Buddhism. Asendo is a place where you meditate. Inside, when you enter inside, is exactly like a zendo, like a Japanese meditation hall. So I asked her, "Oh, but you are Catholic, no? You are Catholic nun. How is that you have this zendo in your nunnery?" She said, it's just like when I go in a marketplace, and I so happened that I found this emerald, beautiful emerald, and I picked it up. Why shouldn't I keep this beautiful emerald? So in her spiritual exposure, when she discovered this practice of meditation from Japanese tradition, she didn't hesitate that she should not take it in because she's Catholic or she's Christian. She just took it in because it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful for her own spiritual practice. And she does not keep it just for herself. She makes the zendo, the meditation hall, for all her sisters to come and meditate. So you cannot separate, this is Catholic, this is Buddhist. This is the meditation is a spiritual practice, and it is meant for everyone. Yes. Like that, if we have this inclusive mind, then we could find meanings in many other traditions, not only Buddhism.
Right. Thank you. Well, this has been a really wonderful conversation. Thank you. It's so nice to see you. And I will look forward to seeing you again next week.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Venerable.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Sadhu, sadhu.